this is the solution to WEX 202. Okay, so then for this one, we want to find two numbers whose product is the product of 12 and negative 30. The product of 12 and negative 30 is negative 360. The sum, we want the sum to be 2. Now, because the product is negative, that means that the two factors we're looking for have opposite sign, and because the sum is positive, we want the positive one to be a little bigger in absolute value than the negative one, but they have to be pretty close because their sum is 2. So, we could try, just out of hopefulness, we could say, well, how about, how about 12 and 30? 12 and 30, and then we want the result to be positive, so that's got to be the positive one. Add those together, we get 18. Okay, that's too much. All right, so that's not going to work. So how about we take 2 from this and give it to that one? So that would give us 24 and 15. So I'll make sure that product is still right. I did that in my head there. Okay, so it's still right. Now we need the bigger one to be positive. So then, like that, adding those two together, we get 9. So that's still not right, but we're moving in the right direction. So let's see. We gave a 2 to there. So how about we give like a 3 from here to there? So that this would be 8 and 45. We'd want this one to be negative. Is that product still right? Yes, 8 times 45. Okay, good. However, the sum is now way off, so 37. So we gave a 2 this way, then we gave a 3 this way. Maybe we can give a 5 going that way. Let's try. So a 5 going that way. So that would be 40. And then divide by, this would be 9. So like that. Okay, that's still good. So negative 40. Good. So then this would be 31. Still not close. So then we have 31. We can try. Okay. How about we give a 2 that way? So then, if we do that, oh yeah, that will do it. So then we would have 20 and 18. So that is still right, but then we need the bigger one to be the positive one, like that. Okay, so then we have 2. Okay, perfect. That's the winner. All right. So then now taking that split, we can say, okay, this would be 12 w squared, and then we're going to say, I'm going to say minus 18 w plus 20 w, and then minus 30. You could have done those in the other order. That would have been fine. So then now we'll split these into groups. Of 2. And then from each group we want to factor out the greatest common factor. From the first group, the greatest common factor is 6w. 6? Yeah, 6. So that would be 2w minus 3, then plus the greatest common factor is 10, so 10 multiplied by 2w minus 3. So these two are the same, and that's good. It had to be that way, otherwise we would have made an error. So that's a signal that that we're heading in the right direction. So now 2w minus 3 appears in the first term and in the second one, so it can be factored out. So this factors as 6w plus 10 multiplied by 2w minus 3. Therefore, we can take that original equation and say that is the same as this equation. 6w plus 10 multiplied by 2w minus 3 is 0, and because we have the product of two things equal to 0, that means that the possibilities split into two possibilities. Either 6w plus 10 is 0, or 2w minus 3 is 0. One of those must be true. So then 6w could be negative 10, or 2w could be 3. So w could be negative 10 over 6, but that would be negative 5/3. Or w could be 3/2. Okay, so for this one, what we want to do is take this complex arithmetic ratio and we're going to multiply by 1. Specifically, we're going to multiply by 3 plus 4i divided by 3 plus 4i. So notably, this is just is equal to 1. But doing that, we'll multiply out the numerators, so then 2 plus 7i multiplied by 3 plus 4i in the numerator, and then divided by 3 minus 4i multiplied by 3 plus 4i. So now we'll FOIL the numerator and the denominator. In the numerator, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4i is 8i, 7i times 3 is 21i, 7i times 4i is 28i squared. In the denominator, 9 plus 12i minus 12i, so that's important because we want those i's to cancel, then minus 16i squared. Okay, simplifying things. This will be 6, and then plus 29i, and then minus 28, because I squared is negative 1. Then this will be the 12 i's cancel, and then minus 16i squared. Well, I squared is still negative 1, so this will be 9 plus 16. 6 minus 28 is negative 22, plus 29i. That all over 25. So this will be negative 22 over 25, and then plus 29 over 25.